Okay, hopefully you can see me. I wanted to make my application assignment video about hard work. I didn't really have a lot of time this week. It's kind of Saturday, final hours kind of a thing. But as I was trying to think about all the, because there's several options, I can think of many times that I've used hard work in my life and seen the rewards of it. But something that finally came to me that I think is still a reward of hard work, and that I still have yet a lot of hard work that I probably should, don't know when I'll have time to put hard work into, is a skill that I learned when I was in 7th grade. One moment. When I was in 7th grade, my grandma bought me a book called Juggling for the Complete Klutz from a book fair. And it came with these. Well, not exactly these. It came with 3 of these Klutz square beanbag juggling cubes. Of the original ones, this is the only one that remains, this green one here. I don't know if you can see in a side-by-side comparison that it is definitely much more worn than these other 2. Not too long after moving up here to Rexburg, we were in the car. We had discovered that our baby really likes to play with these, and so I had brought them with us, and she was holding them when we stopped for gas, and she started to throw them out, so I just took them and set them on top of the car and forgot about them. We drove away, and the original green one, and then I also had a red one, are lost. They're gone. And that saddened me greatly, because of the memories that they hold and the feel which they had. Once you've juggled with something long enough, you become accustomed to it. I was greatly blessed recently to find these at DI. And I was at first excited because I couldn't remember which 2 I had lost, and in my mind I had lost the 2 green ones. And I thought, oh, somebody has found them and washed them and donated them. It must just be that somebody lost their 3rd one and donated the 2 that are left. And so now I have a complete set again, but it's not the same. You see, when I was in 7th grade, my grandma bought me these, and if I knew where the book was at the moment, I'd show you the book. But she bought me these, and I spent every lunch period in the library juggling in front of a wall, a glass wall, because the book said to do so. Doing so prevents the typical juggling where beginning jugglers run forward because they can't keep the juggling balls under control. And so picture a window pane, and you don't want to break it, and you juggle like this. So I spent an hour at least every day for a week practicing, and by the end of the week I could do this. Woohoo! That's great. You can juggle 3. Well, actually, I think it was 8th grade that my grandma bought these, because no, it had to have been, it's been a while. Yes, it would have been 7th grade, because 8th grade I went to a school called Reagan Academy, and there I met a good friend who's by the name of Gregory Butts. This kid can juggle like 7 objects like this, or 5 rings, or 5 pins. he was and is amazing. And that really inspired me, and I learned a lot from him that year and began to learn how to do different kinds of juggling as I watched him juggle. And so I put more time into this hobby because of him, and spent time perfecting these different tricks that I learned. And then while I was going to that school, a magician came, and he was doing his little bit and did a trick that I thought was just so cool. And so I spent the next week figuring out how to do this trick, where he was talking about, he was telling a funny story about getting married and how slowly his wife started, gimme, gimme, you know, and then it got worse, gimme, 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 until it just was all out, gimme, 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 gimme. And I learned that trick. And he also did a trick. This one was much easier to learn. I picked this up that day. Whoop. Of course, every good juggler drops. If you don't drop, you don't learn. But so I really got into juggling my 8th grade year after meeting Gregory. And so 9th grade, I went to a different school. Again, I went to, so this time I went to Mapleton Junior High School. And there I earned the nickname Juggler because every lunch I was juggling. I was practicing with those original 3. And I can't do it in here, I think, because I don't have enough room. But I was really working on a trick. Maybe I can do it every day. Nope, not enough room to throw it up that high. You know, to spin, throw it up and spin, or to throw it under my leg. Quite out of practice because I haven't juggled like I used to. As I said at the beginning of the video, I could put a lot more hard work into this. But during the course of me juggling and hanging out with Gregory Butts, my good friend, I was given the gift of some more juggling equipment. And because every juggler runs into the problem of, you know, that's boring, how many can you do? Well, I'm sad to admit that my limit right now is 4. Ugh. On a good day. But there was a time when I was pushing 5. I could almost do 5. And what I really spent a long time on and never mastered was juggling 3 in one hand. I still haven't mastered that. I used to be very avid, and as you can see, when it comes to just juggling 3 objects, I could do this all day. Just sit here and juggle, and I used to, just to relax. These juggling squares went everywhere with me, those original 3, and I sorely miss them. But a lot of hard work and persistence and hours of practice went into learning just the basics that I've kind of showed today. And a lot of hard work went into trying to get better, but I always hit a wall of frustration with trying to juggle 5 and juggling 3 in one hand, that I could just never do it. And that was eventually what killed my fire, was that I just, you know, I didn't see I didn't see the worth in continuing past that and actually finally being able to juggle 3. Was it all that impressive? And at this time I had gone to a different school, and Gregory and I weren't as close, and so my fire for that juggling died. And I feel bad about that because I would have liked I'd like to be able to juggle better, and I'm sure there's still a lot more hard work that I could put into that as a hobby. But that's my story of hard work. From 7th grade till now, I still juggle occasionally. As you saw, these were just sitting out, partially because I pulled them out when I was excited that I found these at DI to replace the 2 that I'd lost, because these just have a way better feel to me than the other ones. And because I've juggled with them for years, and you can probably clearly see that this one is much more worn than these 2. I don't know who had these before I did, but they obviously didn't put in the time and effort that I had into learning how to juggle. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.